Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox, and I am on a quest trying to find new mystery thriller horror books that I will like because it's been a struggle the last couple of years. Last month we did find one 5-star, so there's that. But this month we will be focusing on new releases. So I have a couple that are from the library. I do have one that I'm currently in the middle of, which I did own a copy. It's from 2021, and I feel like new release can be whatever. I feel like sometimes we tend to focus on like the new release, which the library will come in clutch for that. But I thought I would mention it because a lot of you wanted my opinion. It is The Appeal, One Murder, 15 Suspects. And I wasn't expecting that format. Nobody warned me. It's told in like emails and like text messages. Really not what I expected. You have this troupe of people that are part of this theater troupe, and the older members are grandparents, and they just learned that their granddaughter has this rare form of cancer, and there's a lot of things happening in the background because of that. And you get to know the characters just through conversations between people. Like, for example, Izzy seems to be very needy. You don't really know if everyone likes her. I mean, a lot of people don't seem to like her, but at the same time, not every character is there. So, for example, Sam, you don't know if she doesn't care for Izzy or not. Anyway, so there's a lot happening. The characters, you can tell which ones are annoying. But so far, no one died. So I don't know yet what's going to happen. I'm like 112 pages into it. So I will be attempting to finish this week before I move to next one. But this is supposed to be like lock room murder mystery, but lock room might be a little bit of a stretch, but like it has to be one of them, right? So we'll find out in a few days what actually happens here. So that's the first one that I wanted to try for a new release for this challenge. The next one, like I said, are going to be from my library. So the first one is an ebook. So once I'm done with this one, I will be starting All the Colors of the Dark, which everyone that has read this and commented about it has told me how amazing it is. So like my expectations are going to be quite high. I did read in the book by the author, We Begin at the End, and I did enjoy it. It's more like drama-esque kind of murder mystery situation, so I'm expecting it's going to be similar as the last one. There's a little bit of like historical context. It is, I believe, right after the Vietnam War, but a bunch of women, young women in this town are being kidnapped, and then a local boy saves the rich girl that is also kidnapped. So we'll see what happens. But again, the reviews I've seen were really, really positive, so I'm expecting, but we'll see. Now, audiobook wise, I do have two options. The first one I already have, so like probably will be the one that I start, and it is Murder Road by Simone St. James. Okay, maybe it is available. It might be available first because a lot of you told me that you did not care for it, but I have read 3 of her books and I did overall enjoy them. My favorite is The Sundown Motel, would highly recommend that one. And she tends to mix timelines and like including ghost, but not like ghost. It ends up working out for me usually, and I'm expecting that it's going to be once again the same thing here. You have this couple that are, I think they get lost on this road and there are ghosts haunting them, which might not sound super appealing, but because I've read more of her books, I think I'm gonna like it, and I'm hoping you're all gonna be wrong. Some of you did enjoy it, so again, at one point, especially if you've enjoyed other books by the same author, you have to just try it for yourself. So that will be happening. It's only 9 hours, and like currently it's like starting to be my favorite season to go on walks outside because the trees are starting to change color. It's a little cooler. You're not like swimming outside and drowning. So I might have time to try the second one that I'm hoping to get my hands on, which is Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. And again, similarly, I've read a lot of her books and I've mostly enjoyed them. They tend to be murder mystery, small town. And I'm hoping I'm gonna like this one too. This one is 10 hours. And in this one, all I know is that you have this couple. One of them, the father is like a police officer and the mother is like a criminal. We'll see. We'll see. At this point, when you've read a bunch of books from an author, it doesn't really matter what they're about. You're going to read it. So I have this one as a backup. If I really don't care for the other one, I'll have this one to try also. I feel like I have some good options, even though I've gotten mixed feedbacks from you. We don't always agree, right? But I did want to try some new releases, and this is the plan. I also want to decorate. I keep telling myself that I want to decorate for fall, and I have not been doing it. This week is the week because now is October. No more excuses. Again, am rocking the fall look. I do have some leaves here, but I have little ghosts I had made, which I really want to put there. And I have some little pumpkins for the other side. So actually, I should have. It's not too late. I should have, but it's not too late. Is purple good? This is fall-esque, but it kind of clashes with the orange. So maybe orange? It doesn't look that orange. I do like purple, but maybe I would have to do. Is this more fall? This is feeling very vampire-esque. I like this, but we're gonna use the orange instead. This is kind of the plan for this week. Nothing too crazy. Hoping to find 1 5-star as always. I think my best bet is going to be All the Colors of the Dark. I feel like, but it's going to be probably the last one I finish this week. So we'll see. This one might still be good. Before I go, I do have one thing that is very important that I need to share with you. Actually, two. First off, this is a fake candle. I've received worried comments. I would not do that. I would not do that. It's not real. It's not real. It's just that I have a bunch of piles of books here that I need to put back. I've been too lazy to do that. Probably should add that to my list of things to do when I decorate. And there was a hole. It was annoying me, so I put a candle, a fake candle. But the number one important thing that I wanted to share with you, we match. When I noticed this, I was like, this is it. This is this. We match. Even the other arm, like the little white paw. Like, look, we match. This is the baby Chip, by the way. He's giant already. This is such a big, you're such a big baby. He's looking at the microphone a little too hard. But that's it. That was the big news. So I will update you throughout the week, but I needed to share the news. Little baby and me, we're matching. Okay, I was really not planning on being on camera this morning, but like, don't mind the nightgown, the grandma nightgown, which has pockets. Okay, long live the nightgown. Grandmas know their stuff. But I started reading this. I'm literally at the same page I had put it down. Okay, just to make it clear, I was at the top where a little section starts called "How to Follow Your Gut," blah blah, and I'm putting it down where there's the other post-it because it is so out of pocket. I have mentioned how I have issues with self-help, and like there are two categories, and I feel like this is the who kind of way. Like, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with anything that was said until then. Like, it's been said before. Like, you haven't shocked me, you haven't changed my life yet. But again, it's 90 pages into, I don't know, like 200-300 pages, so fine. But I hate that they sometimes just say n'importe quoi. That's what we would say. Like just random stuff that has nothing to do with like there. It seems like she mixed two concepts together. Like maybe it's early, maybe I'm not picking it up, but let me read it to you and we can, discuss. It's always fun when I'm renting. Sometimes I'm editing. I'm like, you're not necessarily right, but it's funny anyway, so I'm going to include it. So to go back to the section, she was talking about the gut feeling, and I agree, gut feeling is a thing. Me, without continuing reading, I'm like, okay, that means, subconsciously you're picking up on cues, like it makes sense, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not where she's going with it, which is, so she was talking about how the gut feeling sometimes precedes logic. It's often correct. Again, I agree. And then she goes to say this. This is because the lining of our gastrointestinal system functions as a second brain, given how it stores a backlog of information that your conscious mind can't recall faster than your body can sense. It is this incredible skill that makes your instinct almost always correct. Girl, it's not my intestinal lining. I would know. I have none at the moment, okay? Completely destroyed. Gluten just... and I can still pick up on cues if someone is lying to my face. Do you not? And the whole, like, yes, your gut feeling is literally from your gut lining. That's not, no. Girl, am I mixing something? Or is she, I feel she is. Like, my subconscious does not reside in my gut lining. We're just gonna, so this is gonna be my cue to put it down because what the is this? What is this? No. I really wanted to love this. I do have a second book by the author. I might give it a shot, but this is going to be bye-bye because it wasn't standing out so far. And then that section just, that was the last drop, basically, because I feel like she says things like, oh, you're afraid of making money, for example. That's the reason that you don't pursue your dream career or something, because you've heard that people with money are bad people. So like subconsciously, girl, she was already pushing it there, but yeah, the gut feeling thing is just, that's it for me. I'm gonna go start my day instead because that was enough. Did you see Chip, by the way? Cutie little pie. They're all next to me. Let me show you the cats, what you really want to see right now, actually. So you have Chip, little baby, is going to the vet today. You have Chunk, who, if he could crawl under my skin, he would. He definitely would. You have Charlie, who is angry at me at the moment because I did prevent him from eating Chip's baby food this morning. Very unhappy. And Claudia is obviously doing her job. Someone has to be checking out the window, making sure we're safe. Pretty girl. I think I'm being forgiven. No baby food for you. I know you're the skinniest, but it's not good for you. Time for my first proper update. The other one was a little impromptu one because this was not going to work. But I finished GPL, my first book for this challenge, and I enjoy this. I actually just filmed a video about murder mysteries, and I was able to sneak this one in because the format is extremely unique. The fact that it's all basically emails and like text and conversation was really different, and I feel like it can just change things up a little bit if you're tired of reading the same thing over and over again. I did find it a little confusing if you have like no background, no context whatsoever, which luckily I had a little bit. But yes, it is a murder mystery, but you're following these two characters who are given all this information and they're trying to figure out what happened. They have no context, you have no context. Overall, I enjoyed it. I do think that eventually I personally got a little over the format because if it had stayed like 100, 200 pages of that would have been fine. But this is like over 400 pages of these things. And there are sections where these two women who are investigating do summaries, which like I've already formed my own opinion, you know? So if you skip these a little because you get a little tired of the format, then you can just read the summaries, I guess. I wouldn't recommend that. But so yeah, I would say I overall enjoy this. It is very unique. I think the author does that in more than one book because at the end there's another book and you get like audio files. So confirm please in the comment section. But yeah, I overall enjoy this. I think this may be like a 3.5 star. I'm gonna give myself a few days to digest it, but so far so good. Not so far so good. It was good. And the audiobook that I'm currently listening to, did I even mention it? I swear this week has been so long. I don't remember if I mentioned the intro, but I've been listening to We Solve Murders, which is from the same author that wrote The Thursday Murder Club. Can you hear Claudia? I swear. I know I reward her every time I open the door and I try not to, but I can't take it anymore. Anyway, so I have 2 hours left in the audiobook. I am like 64% into it and I am enjoying it. It is definitely cozy, but less than like the Thursday Murder Club. I feel like there's more of like a huge investigation, murder mystery, a chase really all over the world. So it's a bit more action driven than the other series. Yet at the same time, I laughed a couple of times. So like it feels still kind of cozy. I think this is the English accent. We're just going to say it. You do have this woman who is being framed for the murders of influencers, which again, I feel like I just read a book about murder mysteries with influencers. And I was saying how sometimes it just feels too modern and I don't know how to feel. In this one specifically, you also have the use of ChatGPT, which I don't know how to feel about all of this. I feel like when you include modern stuff, it just stands out and like, yes, it's unique and cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. But so far, I'm enjoying it, so that's great. And I'm very, very excited to start. I think this is going to be the star of the show, and it is All the Colors of the Dark, which I'm really looking forward to that one because I had enjoyed We Begin at the End from the same author, but I had listened to that one as an audiobook, which I think was a mistake. I feel like I get the feeling that I'm going to enjoy this one as an ebook a lot more. It is longer. I think it's over 500 pages. Claudia, I swear. She's like the cutest little thing, but she drives me nuts all the time. Hi, Cocotte. Hi, Cocotte. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Pretty, pretty girly. The cats kind of hate me at the moment. Well, clearly she doesn't, because I had to go to the second appointment with the kitten. He had his second vaccines, which this baby, he doesn't care because when I brought these other ones, the OG cats for their second vet appointment, second vaccines, they hated him. Like Chunky tried to bite the vet and like Chunky's the sweetest baby. So like they hate him. But the new baby, purring purring, loves it, loves the attention. Unfortunately for him, he has ear mites. They're not going anywhere. I gave them, all of them, 2 treatments for everything because he came in and he had fleas and I didn't want to have an infestation. And the last appointment he was saying how, oh, just give them the second treatment, it's gonna be fine. Not fine, because he was still scratching his ears. He still had the like coffee grain looking thing in his ears. And Chunky started to also scratch his ears a lot, and he has the same brown thing. But most importantly, he was stinky. I didn't know that was a symptom because he kept cuddling me and I was getting this like whiff of like disgusting smell, and I was wondering, is it him, is it me, what is going on? It was his ears. I literally was smelling his ears, and it's so gross. So I'm currently giving them ear drops morning and night, and they hate me, so they're terrified of me. Every time I grab the little bottle and like shake it, they run away. I'm trying to bribe them, but yeah, I don't know, by the end of the week they might just all hate me, but clearly Claudia doesn't care anymore. Carly Pop, don't do your nails, don't you dare. Anyway, that's how the reading and life is going. I'm exhausted. This week has been already so long, but one day at a time. Yeah. I feel like, you know those weeks where like everything that can go wrong will go wrong? This is happening to me. And according to my phone, I'm about to have my period in a few days, so I feel like it makes sense. Why? You know, sometimes things happen badly and you're like, whatever. Not right now. Everything that happens to me, I'm like, why me? Because hormones. So yeah, that's how things are going. The books are going well. This was enjoyable. The audiobook is enjoyable, and I'm about to start the book that I think is going to be the 5-star of this week. And nonfiction, because I'm still in the mood to read nonfiction. I feel like, who am I? Like the last couple of weeks, I'm back and I'm loving it. I decided to start this one, which is called Laziness Does Not Exist, which maybe I needed this right now. This is technically also self-help because I'm stubborn. I'm like, okay, this one did not work, but maybe this one will. But I like this concept in general of the realization that some of us are going through, that laziness is just such a capitalistic concept. Like, there's nothing lazy about, like, we're going towards winter. It's normal to like slow down during winter. Anyway, I'm curious to see what I will learn through this book. I was going to say character. The author is a social psychologist, writer, professor. So I'm curious what I'll learn. I'll let you know. But I've heard actually great things about this one. I've only read the first chapter, so like, give me a minute. I also tried the first chapter of Bullshit Jobs, but it felt long so far. So I decided I don't want to get into a slump. I want to continue nonfiction. So I'm not done with it, but I switched to this one. I have so many nonfiction I'm into right now, which, again, who am I in the best way possible? So that's the update. Things are going okay reading wise, which is what matters. On that note, she's purring. Can you hear her? Oh, she's attacking, but she cannot. Yeah. I can't make you listen. She will just attack the microphone. It's better than my face, but not by much. This is the last update. I'm finishing the video, honestly, just for the sake of finishing it. I did find a 5-star book, so like that went well, but I'm gonna be real honest. This is the crappiest 2 weeks almost that I've had in a very, very long time. And it's rare that like life stuff of events affect me this much and prevent me from filming, but like I have just been feeling like absolute crap. Like I went to see my doctor and he practically yelled at me, which was unpleasant. But yeah, let's focus on the positive. Like I said, I found a favorite. I also saw some Aurora Borealis, actually, Northern Lights. The sun has been going crazy with the flares lately, and I was able to take some pictures last night. If you've never seen them, don't get too excited. It's still on my bucket list because I feel like this didn't count because you couldn't see that to the naked eye. Oh my god, Claudia, look at this little poo-poo head. Okay, will she stop? Probably not. She has been relentless. I love you too. But I saw some, not to the naked eye. So if you've ever seen them, it was barely visible. Like, you know when you're in the city and like there's a show or something further away, you can see some light pollution in the sky? That's almost the way it looked. You're just like vaguely seeing some red and green, and then you use your camera and you can see it. So that's all I saw. So it's still on my bucket list. I still want to see Aurora Borealis, but yeah, I kind of saw some. And the important part, like I said, I did find a 5-star book. So All the Colors of the Dark. This is great. I looked quickly at reviews and it's a new release, so I feel like the people that have read it, most people liked it because they also had enjoyed other books by the author, so it makes sense. But the negative reviews that I've seen, people were saying that it was very long and kind of boring, which like is really valid because that's how I felt with Demon Copperhead, which is like another really thick, character-driven, slow book. And that one I didn't care for the writing. But in this one, I love the writing, which is great because I feel like I've been complaining a lot lately that every book that I pick, the writing is really mediocre to appalling. This one, it just, sometimes it just speaks to you, and that's what it was with this one. So for me, yes, it was slow, but in a good way. I was really invested emotionally in the story of the characters. You're following them over, I don't know, like 30, 40 years. So you get emotionally invested in their story, and it freaks me out whenever she goes in front of the window, the light. It's like a ghost. So yes, the story does start with these two friends. They're poor from this small town in the US, and one of them is especially very poor. He has only one eye, so he has a patch. He's called Patch, and he's obsessed with pirates. He is, a pirate. And one day he intervenes when he sees the pretty popular girl who there's an attempt to kidnap her. He intervenes, he gets stabbed, and he's the one that is taken. So then you're following the ripples of all of that through everyone's life forever, and his female best friend spends her life trying to get answers, kind of thing. And I'm keeping it vague because again, it's very character driven, but I was emotionally invested. I enjoyed so much of the content. There's only one character I didn't really care for, which I can spoil that in the comment section if you want to know, but overall enjoyed it. I really, really did. So I think this might be like a 4.75, but we're going to round it up to a 5, and it is one of the best books that I've read this year, and I really enjoyed the writing, which like finally. I feel like way too many books this year, or even the last couple of weeks, it's been rough, but this was great. I did also start Murder Road as an audiobook by Simone St. James. This is my fourth book by the author. And a lot of you told me that you didn't end up enjoying it, but it is a new release. I've read or listened to other books by her and really enjoy them, so I wanted to try it. And it's like ghost-ish stories that she tends to write, so I thought it works for the context of this vlog, but I didn't have a chance to finish it. I'm only 2 or 3 hours into it, and so far I'm not really invested, but I'm still hopeful that you are all wrong. So in this one you have this couple. They're very freshly married, and you can tell that they both have had like a hard past. It's kind of secretive. And whenever they are on their way for their honeymoon, they see this person walking on the side of the street. They realize it's a woman, they pick her up, and then they see that she is bleeding, so they bring her to the hospital. And right away, the police accuses them, like thinks they're the suspect, which is just weird to me, but like, I guess it's possible. I feel like that was a bit of a stretch, but it's said in the past, so I don't know. Was that a thing that the police did? Did they still do that? Probably. I don't know. It's just a lot right away, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm hoping everyone that said it wasn't great was wrong, and I will enjoy it, but we'll see. But yeah, I found my 5-star book, so yay, that worked out. Screw the awful week. I didn't even decorate. I swear, I don't think it's gonna happen this year. It's just been rough. So it's fine. We'll survive, right? One day at a time. I'm also getting a colonoscopy next week. I have my date now, and I'm not excited. So shitty week indeed. Sorry about the vlog, but that's life, right? I feel like it's easy to feel like everyone's life on the internet is so much better than ours. And I know that, like, the setup is very dreamy. And it is. It definitely is. It was not dreamy to build, okay? Real talk. It was not dreamy to build. But I get it. But we're all humans. We have good and bad days. And yeah, it's been a couple of really rough ones. So it's okay. It means that next week, I'm going to do my Read It on Holiday and have a really rough time. But this time it's going to be on purpose. So the jar is already here and prepared. I'm not ready, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. Oh, I do have one positive news about Chippy Baby, the little baby who's huge now. He did not stay baby very long. He is now cuddly, which I was joking that I was totally okay with him not being a cuddly baby because the three OG cats are like lap baby. They follow me. I get up to go pee, they follow me. It's too much. So I was like, this is a relief that the fourth one is not like that. And he isn't, but he does still now sleep on my lap all the time. So that's unfortunate, especially at 3 in the morning. If I go pee in the middle of the night, he rushes to cuddle me. So that's what do I do to these cats? I don't know. I don't know, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put more on the screens that I recommend you check out. And I will see you in my next videos. Hopefully I can get back to my schedule. But yeah, we'll see. One day at a time. Bye.